What's up, guys? So today I'm going to make, I think, 4 videos, since it is the 4th of July. Hence the colour scheme that I'm going with. This is deliberate, despite the fact that I myself am not American. Being an aspiring director and screenwriter, obviously, I want to go to Hollywood. I would really like to kind of make it in Hollywood. So America is kind of the dream. One day to live and work in the States would be amazing. So I kind of follow American stuff quite closely. Pretty much the only sport that I get excited for is American football, which is just kind of funny because I don't give it. There's only 3 times a year where I actually give a damn about Australian football, and that's state of origin, because you got to remember where you come from. Anyway, today I'm going to kind of run through a whole kind of list, I guess, of American symbols and the stereotypes and that kind of thing. Just get the page back up. I'm going to start off with the stereotypes, since there's quite a lot, and it's kind of surprising that there's 3 positives of American stereotypes, 3 positive American stereotypes, but 9 negative ones. Just to kind of let you know how the rest of the world sees America. So the 3 positives are generosity, optimism, and hard working. Let's find a line here. For generosity, the United States sends aids and supplies to many countries, and Americans may be seen as people who are charitable or volunteer. The belief that the ingrained compassion yields the charitable acts is in congruence with the numbers that show the bulk of charitable giving goes to religious organizations. You can kind of read the whole paragraph yourself on Wikipedia. Optimism is seen as the driving force behind achievement of the American dream, and hardworking. They're seen as hardworking people, whether in their employed jobs or in other matters. The 9 negative ones are obesity, their gun-loving culture of violence, materialism and overconsumption, lack of intelligence and cultural awareness, racism, being overly racist towards just about anyone, environmental ignorance, arrogance and boastfulness, their military zeal, since they have one of the most powerful militaries ever, and along with Russia own 90% of the world's nukes, and that they're too hardworking. So the obesity one has a nice short line for me to read to you guys. More than 1/3 of American adults are obese. So at this point I'd like to jump over to a different page. National dish is a page all on its own and has a list of every country and what their national dish is. When you get down to United States, it does have 3 kind of sub-bits underneath, because it has Hawaii, Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands. But in line with the United States, it has apple pie, buffalo wings, fried chicken, hamburger, hot dogs and mac and cheese. All of which are not particular, like, you can make those, except for fried chicken. You can make those in a way that's healthy, but I mean, fried food. It's just the thing. The gun-loving culture. The United States is ranked number 1 with a gun ownership rate of 88.8 guns per 100 residents. So nearly 90% of people in America have a gun. Their materialism may be seen as caring about nothing but money, judging all things by their economic value, or scorning those of lower socioeconomic status. Lack of intelligence and cultural awareness. This one in particular, a while back now, I don't even know how many years, there was a video that I saw, and even back then it wasn't exactly a real recent video, of someone walking around asking just everyday Americans just random trivial questions. And one of them that I remember quite clearly was, name a country that starts with the letter U. Some people would say Utah, which is a state and not a country all on its own. One person in particular said Yugoslavia, and while I commend them for knowing a country outside of America, Yugoslavia starts with a Y. And then the questioner was like, because a couple of other people were having trouble, and it was like, is there one? And so then the question was like, what about the United States of America? So that one for me is kind of proven, but also kind of not. Like every country, it has its idiots and it has its geniuses. There's plenty of dumb people that I know in Australia. So it's really just the thing that, I don't know, the media likes to show us about Americans, I guess. The line here that I like is, the idea of American students dumbing down is attributed to the declining standards of American schools and curricula. So it's not necessarily that they're dumb, it's just that their education system is failing them, which it's kind of doing everywhere. Racism and racialism. According to Albert Einstein, racism is America's worst disease. America is argued to be a colorblind society by the extent of discrimination and prejudice among Americans. But the extent of discrimination and prejudice among Americans is still controversial. Between the native Indians, African Americans, Muslims, Mexicans, Canadians, Chinese, just, there always seems to be something going on with race there. Environmental ignorance. Where's the start of this sentence? Dang. In the context of stereotyping, it's perhaps more relevant to look at CO2 production per capita. The US compares favourably with oil-producing nations in the Middle East, but not with most European countries. Germany, for instance, emits only 9.1 metric tons per capita, versus the United States 17.6. So, however, like I said, the Middle East produces a lot more. Qatar alone has 40.3. Arrogance and boastfulness is kind of a thing. I could get into a whole different subject here around the arrogance and boastfulness thing, and this is something that I have myself experienced firsthand. I'll probably do that in a different video, not on a day celebrating what is a pretty good country. The military zeal, as I said before, they're one of the greatest, one of the largest militaries in the world, and own a lot of nuclear warheads. While the stereotype of hardworking Americans is often a positive one, the United States has also been criticized in recent years for the workaholic culture. researchers at Oxford Economics hired by the US Travel Association estimated that in 2014 about 169 has an M there, I'm not sure if that's million or what, vacation days equivalent to 52.4 billion in lost profits went unused by American workers. Professor Gary L. Cooper argued Americans have a great deal to learn from Europeans about getting better balance between work and life. And then he wrote a little paragraph thing there. So that's the stereotypes. So yeah, that's all I got for this first video. It's kind of getting a bit long now. I'm going to end this one and go make some other ones. So if you haven't seen those already, they will be uploaded soon. I don't know. I'm anticipating that you're not going to watch these until they're all up, obviously. So if you haven't seen them already, they're probably in the list of videos that have been uploaded. They will be the 3, as you're scrolling down, they'll be the 3 above it. If that makes any sense at all. But this is number 1. That's confusing. Anyway, if you like this video, guys, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to leave me a comment down below. Let me know what stereotype if there's no stereotypes on that list that I read off Wikipedia, and you can think of a better one, leave me a comment down below of what it is, and why you think it's such an important stereotype, I guess. And if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button, as I make videos every single day. And until next time, guys, keep raising hell.